This conference will now be recorded.
So this session I am discussing about managing basic storage in Linux. So in Linux, we know that in any operating system, we have when we connect a hard disk to the system, we have to logically divide the hard disk, and we have that is called partitions. In Windows, we know that when we connect a hard disk, it have drive letters C colon, D colon, E colon, F colon. But in Linux, the partitioning is working differently. So when we are creating the partition, there are two type of partitioning scheme. One is a MBR based hard disk and another is GPT based hard disk. We can partition in a two different way. So when we are using BIOS in the computer, so we are BIOS based computer, we are using MBR, master boot record based partitioning. So here we have a limitation of 4 primary partitions we can create, and the maximum partition size is 2 terabyte. But in newer system is using GPT based hard disk, so they have UEFI based BIOS they are using, and firmware they are using. So now and also they have created in GPT based partitioning, they can create 128 partitions and more than 2 terabyte and all size, very big sizes and all, we can use it. So in Linux, we have this partitioning, all the partitions like hardware devices having corresponding device files. So in the Linux, we have DEV directory. So they have corresponding device files are there. Each and every hard disk having a corresponding device file. So generally the first hard disk will come like a DEV SDA. Second hard disk will come DEV SDB, BB. And when we are creating into partition, the partition number will come SDA1 and SDA2, SDA3, SDA3 will come. So this all will be available. We can go to the DEV directory and we can check it. The same logging to the Linux system. So when we go to DEV folder, and we can see this, every hardware device having a corresponding devices are there, SDA, SDF, all these things are coming. So now we are using a program for creating partitions. So partitioning program is parted. So we have different utilities. We are using parted fdisk and all we are using. So parted -l means it will show the listing. So XVDA is the first hard disk, XVDF is the second hard disk. In my system, first hard disk I installed operating system, and second hard disk I am having it's I'm going to use it as a data disk. Now we have to create the file system. So whether you want to use it as a BIOS, whether we want to use it as MBR based disk, means you have to give this command. So we are going to make it as a MBR based disk. So first we have to make it like parted DVVD, the partition name. So in my partition name is second disk is XVDB. So we have to use it very carefully, XVDF, because if you give it wrongly, all this maybe we will lose the data. So I'm going to give this command. So uh, it is showing some partitions are there. I'm going to ignore it and giving yes. So you can give ignore and all the things. So now we have just made this partition as a DOS. MS DOS means we are making it as a MBR based disk. So we can give the command parted and DEV XVDF, sorry, parted, and give the correct. So I'm giving the parted command, and I have to give the device name XVDF. We can see that we are inside the parted prompt. So this is not the Linux command prompt. We are inside the parted command. So we have to give a print command. So it will show that device partitioning and all. It is showing a partition type is MS DOS. That means MBR based disk. So we can give quit and come out, and you can just give this here. If you give command, so I want to make it as a GPT based disk, means I can give here GPT here. So what it will happen? It will become a GPT based disk. So we have to give I or YS, or we have to give. So it will become a GPT based disk. So we can make it as a GPT or. So now when I do a parted and the device name, and we have to give some print. We can give the help to see all the commands. Help, whatever commands we can work on this, you can give the help command. So if we have a command called print, it will show the partition information. So it is showing the partition table is GPT based. So we are going to create the partition now. So first I am going to create using MBR based disk partitions. I am going to create. So I'm giving this MK label as MS DOS. So we are going to create a partition. So we can currently check how many partitions are there by using df-h. Some partition already mounted. I just unmount it. Previously created a partition. I want to unmount it. So we can see the df-h command. So we can see that mainly the first hard disk is dvxvda1, and now I am working on the second hard disk. So first hard disk is xvda. So I am just showing that parted dvxvda. That is my first hard disk. We don't have to change anything. So I can just give print command now. So it will show that how many partitions are there. So it is a GPT based disk actually, and we have two partitions are there. It is a OS partition, so I am not doing anything on this. I'm giving, so XVDA, we have to know that it is a first hard disk. So in my system I have second hard disk. I am going to work on the second hard disk. So we have to make sure, we have to make it as a MBR based disk or GPT based disk. So I'm going to do the second hard disk. I am going to open XVDF, and I want to I can give the help command now. So if you want to see the help, so I am giving a sub command. MK part is a sub command. I am giving MK part. I am going to create a partition, and whether it's a primary or extended, so we are giving primary, and it is a ext2 file system because Linux uses XFS file system, or it can also use it will also use ext4 file system. But right now I am using XFS file system. I am using. What is the starting sector? So we know that in the hard disk they have track and sectors. So we are selecting 2048 sector. It is starting from the 2048 sector. So we can just see what is the sector and the track. So every hard disk having this track and sectors. So we know that what is the track and sectors of a hard disk. Magnetic disk is having track and sectors are there. So we know this is the where track and sectors are working. Hard disk is having track. The circles are called track, and we are dividing it into sectors. So I am selecting the 2048 sector. It is generally starting and ending. So I want to create some 15 GB partition. So I want to create a 1 GB partition. So I just create some 5 GB partition I want to create plus 5G. So I just want to give the size as 5G. So I will be creating a 5 GB partition. I am creating just to give 5G, and it is created now. So we can do quit now, or you can give the print command and check it. How many partitions are there. When I give print command, it is showing that 5000 MB 4 GB partition is there. So we can do quit now. So sometimes older computer we used to restart the system. Because whenever we do create the partition, so we sometimes previously we used to restart. So they want to update the partitioning information. So we have to give one command also. We have to give ud. So this command we are giving for partition tables and all. We want to update. We will give this. So we created a partition, and the partition is xvdf1. So first next is I have to format this mkfs-t xfs file system. I'm going to format this. The partition device name we have to give correctly, xvdf1. So I'm going to format this by using xvdf1 command. So previously my hard disk may be having data may be there. So I'm going to do this.
This conference will now be recorded.
So I'm giving a command mkfs.xfs-f and dev-xvdf1 because I am using one -f option because already some data partition was there. So I'm giving this partitioning I am going to create. So this partitioning I am doing now. Sorry, I am doing the mkfs command. Mkfs means it will make a file system or something formatting it is doing. So now I will create the folder. So data1 some folder I am creating. So this is a mount point. So I want to mount this device to this folder. So I have to give a mount dev slash xvdf1. So I want to mount it to the data1 folder. So what will happen? So we are going to mount it. So now data1 will be working like a partition. So whatever data we are saving in the data1, it will go to this partition. So when I do df-h, it will show how many partitions are there, mounted partitions. So my first hard disk is this one, 8 GB is there. So second hard disk I used 5 GB, and we are using the used size is free size is there. So we are mounted it into data1. So this is the way we are creating the partitions and we are mounting it. So whatever data we are saving into data1, so it will go to the second hard disk in the first partition. So now when you restart the system, the mounting will go. So we have to mount it. If I want to unmount it, I have to give umount data1. So I can unmount it by using umount data1. So now it is mounting is gone. So now I have to permanently mount this. We have to give this in etc fs tab file. So in the etc fs tab file is there. So we have to add a line here, like this same line we can add like here. So we have some format we are having. So I have to just give this format. So I'm going to add a second line. I am going to add here. So my dev xvdf1. So I want to mount it to data1 folder. So I'm using a file system as xfs, and I'm giving the default options for mounting, and I'm giving 0 0 we are giving. So this is the way we are adding a line here. So what will be the advantage whenever we restart the system? So this partition will be mounted to data1 automatically. So that is the reason we are giving this. So now I can restart and check it. Now we can see that df-h only first hard disk is only mounted, second hard disk is not mounted. But when we restart, so they will read this file, and whatever is specified in this file, they will mount automatically. So for otherwise we want to automatically, we can also give the mount a command. So what it will do is, it will read the etc fs tab. Anything is given in the file, they will mount it. So when you do mount -a, we can see that df-h. So this partition is already automatically mounted. So we can mount it, and if you want to unmount, you have to give umount data1 we can give. So to unmount it. So now we have this partitions having some ID. It is having some UUID number is there. So we can give this command to see the UUID number. Every partition having a UUID number. So I'm giving this ls block command dev xvdf1. So we can see the this is my UUID number. So you can mount based on the UUID number also. Just I'm copying this number and I'm opening the VI etc fs tab, and what I am going to do is this. I am going to change this device. So I want to add a UUID. I can add here. So I can add the UUID. I can add in place of my device name. I can add the UUID number, and also I have to specify this UUID is equal to this number. So it is going to mount based on the UUID number. So we can either restart also, we can check. Otherwise we can give mount -a. So we can check the df-h. So it is mounted. This device is mounted, but we are mounting through the UUID number. So we have to know how to create the partitions, and after partitioning you have to format it by mkfs, and we have to create a folder, and we are mounting it. So when you do mount command also, it will show how many file systems are mounted and all it will show. So you can do mount grep xvdf1. So we want to see only the xvdf1's information. You can see that this is mounted here, xfs file system, and all these options are there. This session we are discussing about how to create the partitions. So thanks for watching.